Hi, welcome to... Where the fuck are we?
Honestly, I have no clue.
I I kind of just woke up here. Hmm. Anyway, we're going to do some more I Did a Thing. We're going to look at Australian animals in his yard. Now, as a fellow Australian-y, I feel like I can provide... I probably say words about the animals and various other ones that also show up around where I live.
Yeah.
I've had kangaroos walk down my street, hop down my street before.
Did you fight them?
I didn't fight them, no.
How you going? Now, based off your comments, I've learned that a lot of you watching live in depressing countries completely void of any animal life, besides maybe the occasional subway rat, dead pigeon, and if you're really lucky, monkey freaking out on bath salts. And because of
Yeah? Those are my favorite kind of animals.
this, a lot of you
Wait,
now have an
I didn't know Florida had so many monkeys.
Shit's crazy.
obsession, almost fetish, with Australia's animals and their beauty.
Как красиво. Здесь больше цвета, чем в бензиновой луже.
And I'm aware of this, so during my
Say there are more colors than an oil spill.
Как красиво.
Yeah.
Здесь больше цвета, чем в
Oh,
бензиновой луже.
that's...
And I'm aware of this, so during my videos, I do try to show off the beautiful guys in my backyard. Wow.
Ух ты, у него цветные птицы.
Oh. So many birds.
But I've now realised this isn't fair to the ugly animals in my yard. So today,
Say ugly, but that thing's adorable. Look how beautiful he is.
I'm going to share
I'm
the
trying to
top
figure out why
10
the feathers are
weird
weird in the front, though.
animals in
Like it's
my
wet or
yard that
something?
you probably haven't heard
Dunno.
of and are kind of ugly. Alright, now the
God, the bush turkey. These are pretty common.
first animal on this list is the Aussie bush turkey.
It's just
Bush
a turkey.
turkeys are known to be incredibly dumb and greedy animals that will do anything in order to impress a mate.
What I meant to say is Lord's Mobile is number one on this list, and I love and is the sponsor of this video. Pay attention now on how
Yeah?
you
Yeah?
price of $10,000 cash.
Lord's Mobile is a great
Is Lord's
strategy game
Mobile
and
also
perfect
your
to kill
favorite
time. If I'm taking a
Australian
break from
animal?
working on videos, I can easily smash massive armies with a simple tap.
I don't think
capture,
so.
Execute, or even
Mine
round
personally
other
is
players.
Rosie.
Lord's Mobile recently
Rosie
has
is
its
a
huge
pretty
and exciting
good
update, the tower
Australian
defense game
animal.
mode.
She's
This
a
is
very
totally different
foul
from any other
creature, I
gameplay
would
we've seen
agree.
in Lord's Mobile, and puts a new spin on classic tower defense gameplay. It includes 3 awesome challenges. My favourite is to destroy all the enemy towers to win. Enemies will keep coming as long as the towers still stand. This is the hardest one. Smart people can defeat the enemy's stronghold and clinch victory. For the $10,000 cash giveaway, there are 2 ways to win. Click the link in the description
several
below, and we
questions
will
as to what is
randomly
actually
choose 3
happening
players
here.
in top 5 might rank to win $500 each. You can increase
don't
your
know.
might by building your kingdom and leveling up. Every time you upgrade your castle here, you can also spin the lucky wheel and get the chance to win remaining cash and other awesome
Wait.
prizes. You just need to download the game using the link in the description to
sir?
win $10,000 cash. Remember to log in the game as much as you can to see if you've won. $350 Lords Mobile gift packs will automatically be offered to all participants that use my link in the description
sir?
below.
Sir? Mr. I Did a
And the
Thing?
sponsored segment is over.
Oh. Oh.
It wasn't.
Number 9 on my
It wasn't
list
even tied properly.
is the butcher bird. This guy. Butcher birds
He's beautiful.
are a very shy, small songbird related to the Aussie magpie. They are territorial birds that have a beautiful territorial song which can be sung by one individual but often involve members of the whole gang. The individual members
I feel like I'm on Vietnam flashbacks just hearing anything in this video.
Because, like, you have all of those animals near you.
That's... I don't think I don't know if I have the butcher birds near me, but I've definitely heard them when waking up at 7 in the morning before. Or earlier. No, these things get up earlier. They can get up at like 5, maybe 4 in the morning.
Each have a
Ew,
different
my neighbors
section
have
to sing,
chickens.
and if one of them stuffs up,
The cock.
they get evicted from the show. I'm lucky enough to hear all of them rehearsing this song right outside my bedroom window at
I like
6
how
a.m.
his
in the
pillow
morning
is
when
just like a beer bottle.
I've had too much to drink. Also,
Beautiful.
just like the Aussie magpies, they're kind of dickheads and enjoy swooping people, which
Oh,
I
yep.
actually really respect. But they get even more sadistic than the magpies. The butcherbird gets its name from its terrifying way of feeding, which strikes fear
Oh, yeah.
Huh?
You'll love it. You'll love this.
into the heart of every other bird.
Usually when you say that to me, I end up hating it.
You're going to love it.
The butcherbird loves nothing more than eating babies, which they get fresh from the nest of other birds.
It's totally. That's a
What
baby
the
bird,
fuck?
I reckon. It's totally eating a bird. That is terrifying.
Yeah.
And after shoplifting a baby, the butcherbird will impale its victim onto a sharp stick and then slowly use the hook on the end of their beak to rip apart the prey, making it easier to eat. In
What the fuck?
Yeah. Bird. What birds do here.
Why are your birds so goddamn evil?
It's Australia. It's basically hell.
Oh,
It's basically hell. Have you seen the size of our rats? Most people call them kangaroos. They're just evolved rats.
no.
They're not.
Okay. I was gonna believe
exactly the same way as my local butcher.
Hey mate, how you going? What can I get for you?
What have you got today?
What have I got? We got lamb, we got
Oh, yeah.
sausages,
Nice.
we got it all.
And he recently lost his butcher's license for his methods, and he wasn't even serving babies, which doesn't seem fair.
Oh,
Alright, for the next animal, I'm gonna
Oh.
have to turn out the lights.
Hey!
Ringtail possums.
Possum.
Just like opossums, but without the O. Possums used to be killed for fur in Australia, and with 23 different species ranging in all different sizes, styles, and colours, they are perfect for making clothes for the whole family. I have two species in my yard, the ringtail possum and the brushtail possum. Both
you. Our possums look very different.
yeah. I think the brush tail, might have been. This was all the way back when I was in high school. We
Mhm.
had one, a mother. I think maybe a kid. I think she might have been pregnant. There might have been a kid with her or two, but she decided to set up base in the high school behind one of their air conditioning units outside.
Okay.
And if you walked past, you could sometimes just see her just behind the air conditioning unit, building like a kind of nest. Am I thinking of a bird? I might be thinking of a bird. Either way, a bunch of kids decided to chase the possum into the classroom that I was in.
What the fuck?
Yep. From outside, chased it inside, and then into a classroom. While it was like
What the
running,
hell?
and then it decided it hid under a table in the corner of the room behind some books.
Children are awful.
Yep. And when I say children, I mean like they were probably like grade 10 maybe. They weren't children. They were like 16.
Children are evil.
named after the accessories they were historically turned into.
Oh.
These possums are
Aw.
most active at night, where they will walk around, strutting their stuff on top of fences, electrical wires, and anything else they can walk along. And even though you always see them balancing on top of things, they never look happy up there, and always look like they
They're
want to come down.
adorable.
And possums may seem pretty cute to you, but they are hated by most Australians. You kind of love them until you get to know them when they move uninvited into your house, where they will then set up in your roof space directly above your bed and will then force you to listen to them peeing, rooting, and eating their own fecal pellets.
Oh, yeah, no, I'm pretty sure I had some possums inside my roof at some point as well.
Oh, that doesn't sound good.
They're not too fun. I don't recommend having them in your roof. I think
Terrarium
what's
does
the...
not sound great.
I think what is the weirdest animal I've seen? I had a fully grown blue tongue lizard just kind of walk into my house at one point. I don't know how it got there. Like
I
fully
think
grown.
the weirdest.
This thing was like a few feet long.
Oh god.
Yeah, it was big. Looked like a fucking Komodo dragon.
At a different house, we had a poisonous snake in our garage.
Hmm. That's no good.
And then, if you ever have the misfortune of coming into contact with one at night, you will experience their advanced defense mechanism, where they will suddenly freeze up and look you dead in the eyes.
Yep.
And before you know it, you're non-consensually engaging in the world's longest staring competition with a marsupial.
I stayed at this place down in very, very South Australia. Yeah, it's called Phillip Island. Pretty sure.
Penguin place?
Yeah, the penguin place. And the place I stayed at had a bunch of bush turkeys, possums, and some other birds just kind of around. And at night is when the possums would always come out. And you were just like walking down the road, like the dirt road, towards the little like cabin that we were staying in. And you'll just see like 3 or 4 possums just in the road.
Interesting.
My sister
I
thought
feel
it
like-
would be a good idea to try and feed one of them.
Oh.
Yeah, until she was stopped. They were like, what in the fuck are you doing? These are wild animals. Don't feed them.
Yeah? Yeah, no, valid thought.
Yeah.
Until one of you, usually me, feels too awkward to continue and you leave them alone. Fortunately, possums haven't been able to set up in my roof as it's already occupied.
Huh?
What?
So they've set up their nest in these
Oh, maybe
birds of
it's the
paradise
slow-mo
plants,
guys from the
which
other
I
video.
too often
Maybe.
accidentally disturb.
Never seen that before.
So cute.
Oh.
We
Aw.
should reenact the Vietnam War more often.
Ringtail possums usually house their babies in a nest made out of leaves and twigs, which is a similar size and shape to a soccer ball, which is usually made by the dad possum. The male ringtail possum is the only possum in the world known to look after and raise his kids, which is much better than most other mammals, including my dad. But I'm a grown man now, and I
Oh.
don't let that kind of stuff get to me. I have nothing but admiration and respect when I see good parenting and a caring family.
Yeah?
This is probably the strangest animal in my yard, as I have no idea how it got here. I didn't put it here, and my pond definitely hasn't been around long enough for the fish to evolve.
Oh.
So either it was hitchhiking on one of these prawns, or God is real. And I can't really tell what fish it is. Most likely a minnow, I think. A lonely, lonely minnow. Just chilling
Aw.
in the pond, all by himself, fighting off
There's just a
tadpoles,
random fish in there?
lizards, and cats.
Yes.
That is like the smallest pond. It is a puddle.
Oh, what do you mean?
Hey, little
Aw,
guy.
he's a little fish.
Why did I leave you all by yourself for so long? Alright, let's go take you down to the creek.
Oh,
Well,
Making nets
Well, fuck. He's dead.
Rip.
It's a shame.
and webs is pretty intense and a frustrating job. First, you need to pull a ridiculous amount of silk out of your ass, then
I hate
find the
it.
appropriate place to anchor the web to, and then you need to wait patiently for the
Spider.
bugs to come to you. So, one entrepreneurial spider decided to skip the middleman and just make a web that it
Look
can
at his big ol' eyes, though.
I hate
You
it.
Bring
should
to the
use your
bugs.
big
The net throwing
eyes.
spider is a very common spider in my yard that I usually find under this wheelbarrow, on the bushes, on this window, or on my leg.
Wait, what?
This guy is around 4 to 5 centimeters long with eyes that must weigh more than his whole body. This guy's method of catching prey is actually truly awesome. At night, they make a rectangular net between their front 2 legs, which
It's a
they
spider.
then poop on to serve as aiming spots. And it's debatable whether they do this on purpose or they're just lazy, but it works, so it doesn't really matter. Then they put themselves in an opening and wait for somebody to walk by. When its victim finally passes in front of the poop aiming spot, the spider will lunge down, smearing its poop-covered net all over the unsuspecting prey. And this method of active hunting is only possible because of its ridiculously big eyes. And I didn't realize how terrifying they look until I
God.
took some close-up macro photos. These
I
gigantic
hate
compound
it.
eyes give them insane
You want me to skip
night
this one?
vision. They have the equivalent
Aw.
f-stop number of 0.58, which means they can concentrate light more efficiently than a cat or an owl. The reason they are actually able to process light so effectively is because they have a giant light-sensing membrane behind their eyes, which their body destroys and replaces every single day. And this is actually an easy and
Interesting.
cheap method you can use to improve the low-light capabilities of your
That's
own
not
camera as well.
No, that's not how that works.
And at the moment, this is the only one I could find in my yard, which is dead in the net of a smaller spider. So I guess
Oh.
you're not so smart now, Mr. Entrepreneur.
Oh.
And I have no idea how this bird gets its name, and I'm not going to look it up. The tawny
I know it says frog, but it is a bird.
I gathered that whenever he said
frogmouth is the
bird.
absolute master of disguise. Its uniquely shaped head, feathers, and personality means you're never sure whether you're looking at a bird or a log. Its indistinguishable disguise even
beautiful.
tricks the same species, who will often get mistaken and try to mate with particularly attractive logs. They've also been known to trick lumberjacks, who will attempt to cut a log, which then flies away. Once a frogmouth has done pretending to be a log during the day, it will turn on its gigantic eyes at night and then begin their search for food. I often see them sitting on top of telegraph poles at night or chilling out
Looks so
right outside my
derpy.
windows, where they will make this kind of strange and calming whooping noise,
He's
like they are
beautiful, what do you
cheering
mean?
for me to go to sleep.
Dude, please. I'm trying to sleep. Shut up.
Tawny frogmouths live for around 14 years and form lifelong relationships,
damn.
typically producing 3 eggs each year. Unlike their
Oh.
relatives, the horny frogmouths, who
Wait,
are known
what?
to have massive orgies and live very promiscuous lives. And even though the tawny frogmouth has 2 to 3 babies a year, they still haven't mastered the nest building process and kind of just chuck a few sticks together on some branches without any arrangements and nothing to secure them in place, which means often their babies will just fall out of the nest.
Oh. Look how cute he is.
It's the baby.
I haven't had any owls or any birds like this in my yard before. Just that lizard.
So the next time you're walking around outside, double check before you step on any sticks to make sure you're not stepping on a tawny frogmouth baby. Probably Sydney's cutest and most elusive marsupial.
Oh.
I think I might have, maybe, possibly seen one in my yard when it jumped in between these 2 trees, which is good enough for them to make the list.
I've heard of
Australia has a
these.
few species of gliders, which all look incredibly weird. The species that visits my yard is the sugar glider, which is definitely people's favourite, as you Americans and Chinese people are obsessed with stealing them and selling them online for a ridiculous price. And I strongly urge you
They're
not to
beautiful.
support the online sale of animals, as they are always overpriced and you can get them much cheaper if you buy them directly from me.
Oh my god. Mr. Man, no, can't do that to the sugar glider.
If you buy a sugar glider from me now, I'm running a special deal
Oh my
where I will
God.
chuck in a some
there we
hairbrush
go.
for free.
He cut it open and put I didn't even realize that before. He cut it open and put a hairbrush in there.
That's
So, as the name
That's
implies,
concerning.
sugar gliders are marsupials that use their giant scrotum flap between their legs to glide around. When in the air, they use their tail as a rudder, and despite their tiny size, are capable of gliding the length of a football field. But I reckon they could actually fly much further if they just listened to me and tried flapping those scrotum flaps. Then they would definitely smash the world record. These gliders like to nest in eucalyptus trees in groups of up to 12, sometimes huddling together to keep warm. And they used to be
That's
fairly common in
cute.
Sydney, but because of land clearing and feral animals, their populations aren't what they used to be. So I decided to head down to the local creek to see if I could spot a couple. And when we arrived, we found something we weren't expecting to find.
Is it a
That's it.
porcupine?
It's an enchilada.
Oh my god.
It's a porcupine.
I've never seen one in a while before.
Really? They're such weird looking creatures.
Beautiful.
Oh, so now he's gone into the ground.
Oh,
Look at that.
Spikes.
Look at that. You could not pick that guy up.
Is he in the ground?
No, he's got his nose sticking out. He's looking at me.
oh.
Oh
Aww.
my god.
Oh,
He's
you're
adorable.
so weird looking. Come on.
He's so weird
You
looking.
gonna bite me?
Yeah, he just does what he needs to do with you. I want to see his face.
It's very cute
Aw.
little face. He looks like a dick.
Oh my god. He looks like a dick. I think he looks like a very kind gentleman.
Nose. You got a little dick nose, mate. See you later, buddy.
Should I give him my sunnies?
Nah, leave him
Oh,
alone.
he's dead.
And then when night came around, we began the search for sugar gliders. Alright, so that is what we're hoping to find. But the only thing I found was
spider.
lots and lots of spiders. That is a big, fat, juicy boy. Man, that's a
Big old
fucking
spider.
giant huntsman. And speaking
old
of
spider.
spiders,
Jumping spider.
all the other animals on
More spiders.
this list have been relatively big. But there is so much life in the garden that I can't see and don't interact with
Baby
besides
spider.
when I'm squishing them with my feet.
Oh. Oh no.
A
Oh,
hidden,
no.
beautiful, scary world.
He's so
And
small.
before, this tiny world used to be out of my
This little
reach.
guy.
But now, thanks to this $15 piece of plastic made by a slave in China, I'm able to
Huh?
easily teleport to this macro universe, letting me now see
I
creatures
think
What?
that's called a lens, my guy. That's called a lens.
more
Yeah.
complex and beautiful than anything a sci-fi writer could come up with. Here's a quick collection of the bugs I managed to snap during an hour of searching in my yard.
Aw. He's adorable. That's a fly. Oh, hello. Aw, look at him.
Spider.
Adorable. He's just a little guy.
It looks like a jumping spider.
Yeah, that's what they are. They're just little jumping spiders. Oh, that's a grasshopper. Or is that a cricket?
Mhm. I think it's a grasshopper.
Yeah.
And out of the incredible tiny
I
animals
can't-
in
I
my
don't even know
yard,
what the fuck I'm
jumping
looking at
spiders
there.
are probably
Oh,
my
little
favorite,
baby.
mostly because they seem intelligent.
Oh, yeah, he's
When you
eating.
interact and take photos of most bugs, they kind of just stare right past you with this empty-eyed, blank NPC look. But not jumping spiders. They actually seem to notice you. They will
Oh.
turn their big, beautiful,
Aw.
furry faces and eyes towards you and kind of rub their face like they're waving hello. No other bug has ever said hello to me. Jumping spiders have
That's
8
cute.
individual eyeballs, which give them full 360 vision of the world around them. And they use these amazing eyes to hunt their prey, stalking them in a
Meow.
planned and intelligent manner.
Damn.
You know, if you ever feel bored
speedy.
or lonely, I seriously encourage you to just search for bugs. Just do it. Just pick a spot in your yard, sit down, shut up, and I guarantee you, if you stare at one spot in your garden for long enough, you will find some pretty amazing creatures. And the funnest part of all of this, you have no idea what you're going to see until you take the photo. Like this woman from South Australia who beat me in discovering a new species of jumping spider
Oh,
right in their
damn.
front yard.
Oh, damn.
Which-
It's impressive. I love
Mhm.
these ones, though. Look at how blue they are.
I feel like people are finding new shit in Australia all the time, though.
Yeah, I mean, You know, like, we barely know how many we barely know the species of spiders that are in Australia, right? We only know like 10% of them.
Hmm.
How many species of spider are in Australia? Yeah, so we only know about like 2,700 to 3,500, but there's an estimated like 10,000 different species. So like
I
we
I feel like you need to up your daily quota of how many you eat then.
no, I want to. Maybe I'll think about it.
And the number one spot on the list goes to the giant fruit bat.
Look at how
Oh my god, it's so cute.
Mostly
Look at
because I
him.
think they're very cute and have also received a lot of hate over the last couple of years due to their alleged involvement in a slight worldwide plague caused by bat soup, which I think is absolutely ridiculous, as they taste horrible in soup and work much better grilled and then placed in a sandwich.
What are you having?
It's a bat sandwich.
What the hell?
Fruit bats are massive, absolutely.
I do have fruit bats in my area. I don't ever like actually see them, but I just see them flying overhead if you go like walking around when it's dark. You do see them
Oh.
flying around.
I looked up and there are bats in Texas. I don't think I've ever seen it. Or if I did, I probably just thought it was a fucking bird.
Gigantic, with a wingspan of
Damn.
over 3
Those
feet. That is literally
massive.
bigger than some of my subscribers. And unlike some of the other bat species out there who look
Oh.
like someone's hit them in the face with a frying pan, these guys actually have a very cute face and are very likable. And like the name implies, fruit bats eat fruit, which is why they occasionally visit my yard, as they enjoy eating the berries from this lily-pilly tree or have a little nibble at these lemons. I mostly
Lemon.
don't see the fruit bats in my yard and more often hear them. Usually, again, when I'm trying to sleep and will hear screeching or a massive whooshing noise outside my
No,
window.
what the fuck? Sir, might I suggest you replace that logo with a blahage?
Wait,
Yeah.
what was that? I was looking at the blanket moving.
And will
What is
hear
it?
screeching or a massive whooshing noise.
It's a giant piece of wood.
Oh no,
Yes,
he's
outs-
cuddling with the other bird.
No, that's a piece of bark right there.
No. This is the bird from like earlier in the video.
Outside my
I'm
window.
not sure about that.
But occasionally, when I'm lucky, around
Yeah.
sunset, the bat colonies will leave the trees they've been hanging out during the day and fly right over my yard in the hundreds of thousands to go and search for food to eat at night.
Yeah, I see them every
I
now
also
and again.
live near
here.
one of the biggest bat colonies in Sydney.
You're all looking at me very unsure of what I am.
And it's pretty amazing seeing
Oh my god.
It's a
That's
lot of bats.
bats.
how many there are and how they kind of choose to hang out together in a social way, kind of like us. And from a distance, there are so many bats that you actually mistake them for leaves on a tree.
Did I just get poo in my mouth?
Oh my god, no.
Speaking of which, their poo also contains a fungus, which can be very, very deadly when inhaled.
Wait, huh? Wait, what? Huh?
Their
Oh.
poo contains fungus that's dangerous?
Yeah, dangerous when inhaled. Like, it's... Don't get it in your mouth.
Don't huff the poo.
Don't have to poop. That was beautiful. I can't think of any other Australian-related stories off the top of my head. Do you have any questions?
I don't know.
I mostly see lorikeets and cockatoos, magpies around my place. And the
I'm honestly
occasional
surprised
kangaroo.
that there wasn't like reptiles.
Because they're not weird. They're very normal creatures.
Was this list just weird creatures?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought it was just creatures in general.
I do like me some good strange creatures. There's emus not too far from me either, but those have been locked in a cage.
Those are the big mean birds, right?
Yeah, the big mean birds that can run how far? Emu top speed in miles, so Jesse can understand. That didn't change it at all. Oh my fucking god. Okay, yeah. Emus can run up to 30 miles per hour.
Oh my god. All right. There's also that other bird that you're telling me about too, and it's got like the blue thing.
The cassowary! They're so
Yeah.
beautiful. They're so beautiful. They will eat you. They're so beautiful.
I feel like just looking at them, you can tell that they're dangerous.
Yeah, they're just giant
They're so
feathered
pretty.
tanks.
Do you have gators?
Gators? Not near me. Not that I haven't seen any near me. Those are more top of. The only ones I've actually seen in person were at the top of Queensland.
Oh, okay. Because I know y'all got like the box jellyfish, and then there's like that one war death blue thingy that floats. Manowar? No. Yes? It's an ocean creature?
Ocean man.
Take me by the
You're
hand.
thinking of a blue ring octopus.
No, but I do remember that video we watched where that dude just like had
Yeah.
a blue ring octopus. I think it's Man of War is the thing I'm thinking of. Let me Google Man of War.
Man of War.
Or am I crazy? No,
I'm
it's an
looking up-
animal.
Yeah, I'm looking
Oh,
up
it's
the
Portuguese Man of
Australian
War.
Man of War.
No, I thought apparently the one I
The
was thinking of
blue-
was like
The blue bottle is a common marine hydrosian, often referred to as a man of war or blue bottle. Oh yeah, these things. Yeah, yeah. It's
Yeah.
just a small guy. Okay, we're gonna end this here. Do you have any final words?
Not that I can think of.
I
Wait, I have one.
Oh.
Spider.
Fire. I come from a land down under. That's all I got. Bye.